All right, so on example 8, what can we do here?
I guess subtract it over.
All right, we can get the equation set equal to 0 so we can see if we can factor. So let's subtract this 2 cotangent of theta. So cotangent of theta times cosine squared of theta minus 2 cotangent of theta equals 0. Yeah, look, now we got 2 terms, right?
Yeah, no, okay.
So what can we do here?
You can divide cotangent.
Okay, I take a cotangent out of both of them, right?
Yes.
So we're going to put cotangent at the front. And when I take it out of the first one, I'm left with cosine squared. Minus, when I take it out of the second one, we're just left with the 2. Equals 0. Now what?
Oh, no.
Well, we've got 2 things being multiplied here, don't we? So what do we do when they're being multiplied?
Okay, you set it both of them.
Set them both equal to 0 and solve. So we have cotangent of theta equals 0. And cosine squared of theta minus 2 equals 0. All right, so
Don't you have 2 answers on the bottom?
we'll have a couple answers, yeah. So let's look at it. So the first one's already solved for the trig function, so let's solve the second one. So move the 2 over. And then take the square root. So we get cosine of theta equals
Positive or negative 2.
plus or minus square root of 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right? So let's go ahead and go with that one. Now, cosine is my x value, correct?
Yeah.
But I don't have x as just a square root of 2 on my unit circle, do I? No, we can't put it over 2 because there's no keep it, change it, flip it. That only works for tangent and cotangent.
Wait, what are you talking about? Why can't we just use like pi over 4s?
Because that's square root of 2 over 2. And this is just a square root of 2.
That's just the x.
It is just x, but that means r is 1. So on my unit circle, I need just a square root of 2.
There isn't.
And there's not one. So what I can do
No solution.
is I can do an inverse using my calculator of square root of 2. So let's try that. Now, we're still going to have to find, because it's plus or minus, we know it's in all 4 quadrants, right? So what is the inverse cosine of the square root of 2?
I have no clue.
We just take the inverse. What the heck?
The inverse?
All right, so you're right. When you type this in, it gives you a domain error, which means it's not possible. Why? Because what is the square root of 2 equal to? Yeah, it's like 1.414 something, I think. So that's greater than 1, isn't it? And remember, what you take the inverse sine or inverse cosine of has to be between -1 and +1. So therefore, that one's not going to give us any answers, but we still have the other part of this. We still have the cotangent of theta equals 0.
Well, it's just pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Right? Oh, it's
So
cotangent, not cosine.
we're looking for where cotangent is equal to 0. Well, what is cotangent in terms of x, y, and r?
Y over x.
It's x over
I
y.
keep getting confused.
So the only way that this can be 0 is if our x is 0. Shh. So on our unit circle, we're looking for where x is 0, which is right there, where I drew that blue line. So what is that up there at the top? Pi over 2. And what is it down there at the bottom then? And so there are our 2 solutions for this problem.
Was right?